Is this good, bad?
I don't look at it that way. We're focused on getting a result Salt Lake. We've got eight days to get ready. I think at this stage in the season, we know we're fit. A lot of the little nuances in our team, the mechanisms in our team in terms of system and the partnerships and some of those relationships and the little nuances in our attacking and defending rotations are set. So I think it's not a bad thing. In some ways, probably after loss is a good thing. Gives you more time to get over it.
With a Wednesday, Sunday, Salt Lake Galaxy, you probably won't see it you probably would go with your top lineup in both games, or how do you approach having a little bit of a short?
We have to win, so we're going to go with the lineup we think is going to help us win in both games. But we can't play 2 games right now. We can only play 1, so we'll focus on Salt Lake. And right now, we need to get a result versus Salt Lake, plain and simple. That's 8 days from now. We're going to train 4 days in a row. Like I said, we need some time to get over the last loss. We have time to do that. And then we're going to build up in a way that will put the guys in a position where they're going to be flying and getting a result versus Salt Lake next Wednesday. And then after that game, we'll evaluate the game and quickly get ready for LA. But we can play 2 games in a 5-day period, no problem. I mean, Kansas City just showed that. They rotated a few guys out, but they played some guys both games.
How difficult is it to, when you do everything right except finish and get the result, how difficult it is to talk to your team and kind of get them to forget about that?
Well, I mean, sometimes when you play well and lose, it's tougher than when you play poorly and lose. But it's easier to talk to your guys after they play well, of course. Sometimes in this sport, and I've seen it time and again, and you see it everywhere in the world, you do everything right and you don't win. And that was definitely one of the games, versus Kansas City. I mean, we had chances, clear chances. I counted 7 clear chances that could have been goals, and they had 2 chances, really 1. They had the 1 chance that Lopez had on frame, and then Nemeth created something out of nothing. Those are the only 2 chances they had the entire game. So, I mean, from the standpoint of playing well, it's easy to talk to your team and talk about what we need to do. But I think sometimes it's harder when you know you deserve to win.
Do you change anything as far as training finishing, or throw new wrinkles in to give them a different look? Or
you just got to keep believing in your players. I mean, I've said this time and again. It comes down to the player in that moment. We train around goal every single week, just like every team, and it comes down to composure, quality, technique in that moment, decision. You can't emulate the game in training, but you can build confidence in training, and yet, if you have to worry about that too much, then something's missing there. Guys got to finish. They know that. It's a part of the job. But I believe in the players. I believe in their ability. They've shown that they can finish. We were in great positions, which you always want to look at. Are we getting in enough positions? We're in positions to score, good positions. Just need to, put the ball in the back of the net.
Is that a feeling of, for a coach, control is such a big deal? Is that when it comes down to finishing, is that when you feel like the most power, lack of power, because you can't control that?
I mean, that's coaching in general. I mean, all you can do is put your team in a good position to win. And I know there have been some games where I haven't, done everything that I could have done, or made some mistakes. Last game I thought we were in a good position to win the game. We came out with the right mentality. We had all the energy in the world. You could see the players all wanted to win. That was reflected in their performance. We knew it would be a tight game, a chippy game. We found a lot of clear chances, even though they made it a defensive game. Sometimes when a team plays that way, you don't find clear chances. We were able to still break them down and find clear chances. I felt the goal would come. I believed it would come. if we kept doing what we were doing, and yet I knew that they were looking for one moment. I talked about that with the guys. They knew it as well. We prepared for that, and Nemeth found the one moment. And you know, I wouldn't call it a great goal. We could have done better. We had numbers. We had, I think, 4 guys back versus 2, or you can call it a 3v1 but it's a 4v2 if you include Zusi and Jorge. So we had numbers, and credit to him, but also we gotta deal with that better, you know. So yeah, it is disappointing, because when you do everything right, and the mentality's there, the organization's there, and you're in positions to score, and they're not in very many positions to score, you know, it's disappointing. But we just got to move on. We still control our fate. I think that's the real key. You know, we can look back all we want, but we need to look forward. We still control our fate. We missed an opportunity, certainly, to put ourselves in a better position. It's not the best case scenario. We haven't taken care of business at home, and that's disappointing. But you know, it's my job to get the group focused on the task at hand. The task at hand is we've got 3 games. We still control our fate. San Jose doesn't. Salt Lake doesn't. Salt Lake is 3 points behind us with 3 games, and San Jose is even with us with 2 games. So in theory, we're the only team of the 3 that still control our fate. But in order to keep controlling our fate, we need to get a result at Salt Lake.
When you're talking about those moments and the guys not necessarily finishing in those moments, do you feel like the confidence is still there? Are you all worried about them pressing and thinking too much in those moments?
No, the confidence is there. You know, I just have to keep believing in the players, and I do.
And you've made the decision to use Milano as a sub in the last 2 games. Is he? What do you think of his adjustment to the league and the team so far? And do you think there's still some more ways you'd like him to see come in that adjustment?
We knew there'd be an adjustment, like every player that comes from overseas and comes in the summer transfer. You know, we knew it'd take time. You know, he's come in and he's created a lot, and he's gotten in good positions. Obviously, the finishing hasn't been there, but I'm confident in time that it will be. The more he settles, the more he gets comfortable and gets used to everything. Gets used to our lead, the players around him, his teammates, the opponent. But he's been getting in great spots to score, and hasn't fallen for him. He's got the 1 goal, but he certainly should have more. You know, again, I think it's hard to evaluate completely until he has more time.